Tonight, it's Live with Vince Elliott. Live with Vince Elliott. Tonight on Live with Vince Elliott from the Grammy-Award winning group Outkast, it's DJ Cutmaster Swift. Cutmaster. And keeping the show on track, it's co-host Erica Mack. Erica Mack. Who's the Mac? Let's get it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Live with Vince Elliott. I am Vince Elliott, and she is
Erica Mack. Hello, everyone in Rome.
Oh, my goodness, man. Listen,
Wow.
Let me just start out by saying last week was, it seemed worse than it actually was, because on my side of the fence, it looked like everything was falling apart. But when I went back and I watched the actual show, I saw that it wasn't as bad as I thought. So I found out what my technical difficulties were. I had my Wi-Fi extender, amplifier plugged into the wrong spot, and I had a wire that was being pinched. So everything was freezing on my side, but the audience was seeing things pretty good. But that's why my mic wasn't working right, because my wire was pinched. So I'm good this week, hopefully, and ready to go. So it was kind of crazy. That was the first time that ever happened.
But I was so glad to see that it actually had not been worse than we thought it would happen. What was happening, so that was a good thing, definitely. But welcome to all our viewers. And before we jump into our topic this week, we want to remind you all to make sure that you go subscribe to The Vince Elliott on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to The Vince Elliott on YouTube. And we also need you to share. Make sure that you're sharing.
Share.
Sharing is caring. So make sure that you're sharing. And please don't forget to ask your questions as we get into today's topic. So how was your week?
Oh, my goodness. So what's interesting is that, the week seems to go by so quick, because I kind of have these things that I do throughout the week. I work with clients because, I do production, I do voiceover work. So those things take place. First of all, I start after this show. I take Saturday and just relax and chill. Then Sunday is family day. So by the time Monday and Tuesday come, I'm doing this other work. But then Tuesday we got our production meeting for the show. And then I'm editing and getting things together and meeting with the guests, and before you know it, it's Friday again.
Yeah, absolutely. It runs right back up on you. Like, wait a minute, didn't I just leave you Friday? Friday be right back in there. So,
yeah. Oh, and shout out to Deidre. She is the super duper producer behind the scenes. We're still working her in, making sure that all of her equipment is working right, and making sure that, she's up to speed with the show. But I'm calling her super duper producer in faith, because when she gets up to speed and her equipment and everything is up to speed, then we're going to turn the whole show over to her to be able to push all the buttons and turn all the knobs. And then we also have an intern in Mariah, and she's starting to make her presence felt. So shout out to her as well. So,
that support is always needed and appreciated for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much this week. Had some things happen, but I'm sure
Gotta hear about that.
Right, the grader will be much better. But it's well, all is well. One thing I was thinking out there. You know what? I'm very thankful for friends. Friends are always great. It's nothing like a good friend, And today I was out with my nieces because, of course, they needed to go to the mall again. So one of my friends called and said, "Hey, what you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'll be out with the girls today because they need to go to the store." But she was like, "Oh, I need to see you." And so I was like, "Okay." So I told her where we would be and stuff like that. And she met me and she brought me these beautiful flowers.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see the flowers. Oh, that is so nice.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I shout out to D Johnson. She loves me. I was like, "Oh, you do love me." So I was very happy to receive these flowers, but
Yeah.
that's unusual. But yeah, she had got me some flowers and a really nice shirt, and so that was nice for her to do that. And just drop in,
Oh,
hey, how
I
are
know what. I'm
you?
sorry. I just thought about this before I forget.
Yeah.
Listen, heartfelt condolences out to the McKay family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this young man, gentleman, worked with me on the media team at the church where I used to work, and he was a volunteer. And I'm just going to say, Tim McKay had a really kind and humble spirit and heart. I mean, every time I encountered him, he was just very easy to work
Gentle,
with and
gentle.
gentle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's one where we had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and he unexpectedly passed and transitioned. And so, prayers out for his family. And we just want to say that, we love you guys, and we're going to do whatever we can to be supportive of that family. So those who know that family, just, be
Keep them
available.
lifted. Yeah,
Yeah,
keep them
be
lifted.
available.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was very shocking and disheartening at the same time. But we do know that what Tim believed and where Tim is. So therefore,
right,
we
right.
rejoice in that. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and knowing where he is, I mean, even though we're going to miss him, I know his family's going to miss him more than anybody. But we're celebrating, his homegoing. So he got away from a lot of this madness. It's not the way we
yeah,
would have liked it or his family would have liked, but
absolutely.
all this foolishness is going on. Trust me, he is like, you know what? I feel for my family, but I don't think I want to come back after
Yeah,
experiencing what I'm experiencing. So we're going to celebrate and
yeah,
remember the good times, when we come together for the memorial. Yeah.
absolutely.
So today we got a great show going on. We got a great show every week. I'm always going to say we got a great show. And
That's a
so
great show.
listen, guys, you want to make sure that you are commenting and getting your questions ready, because we have none other than the man, the myth, the legend. I like to say that. Anyway, from Outkast, DJ Swift is on the show today. Matter of fact, I should just play some of his music in the background. He you hear that? You hear that? Let me just do that again. That little scratching in the background.
You
Yeah,
know, probably about to happen at that point, right?
yeah. So
Yeah,
DJ Swift is with us today. He's going to be on the show, and he's responsible for a lot of, just playing the music on the live shows, mixing and scratching. Back in the day, man, it was all about the DJ. The
yeah,
DJ would come on. It was like DJ Jazzy Jeff and Eric B and Rakim. It was always the DJ first, as he pointed out to us when we talked about it earlier. And I thought
yeah.
about that. I was like, man, yeah, the DJ was the premier guy back in the day. That's changed a little bit, but he's just as important as he was back in the day. So we're going to be talking to him soon. And that sounds familiar. What y'all know about that right there? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. So DJ Cutmaster Swift is going to be doing his thing. Well, he's not going to be
Perfect.
mixing, but we're going to talk to him tonight. We want to learn about what he's been doing. How everything started with him, how he got into the DJ game, how he met
Yeah.
Outkast, what's going on with Outkast. So all those things we're going to talk about. So that was our little teaser. I kind of mixed up the order about what we were going to talk about. But in the meantime, I want to get ready for something I like to call Erica Mack's special segment called In Other News. Are we ready for that?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's get it.
And now for news you may or may not be able to use. News other than Trump, COVID, or civil unrest. It's In Other News. Live from one of our remote studios, it's news anchor Erica Mack.
Man, you went from news anchor from co-host to news anchor. What's going on in other news? Something
That
other
is
than COVID,
hilarious.
Trump, and unrest. What else is going on?
Our guest asked, were we speaking on COVID? It's like, not COVID, not here. We're going to talk about some other good things going
That's
on.
right.
But how late do you believe that you should start college?
Well, let's see. Typically, college, people go to college at 18, 17, 18. If you get, maybe go to community college, then transfer or something like that, you might start your college career 19, 20, around in there.
Correct. How about receiving your degree at 96 years old? You received your bachelor's degree at 96 years old.
Woo, wait a minute, 96?
96. Don't say you can't do it.
You know,
You are without excuse.
I've heard of people getting their high school diploma, going back and getting it in their 70s and all that type of stuff. But a bachelor's degree at 96, what was the bachelor's degree in?
History and psychology.
Oh, what? Wait a minute.
Right there,
How is he getting a bachelor's? He should have been teaching history from personal experience. 96 years old. He know. Well, I mean, he had to get all A's because whatever they were talking about, he was there when it happened. He was marching with Martin Luther King and all those guys. Well, that's I'm glad.
Before that, but yeah. So yeah. Here's the thing. You said that you hear about people going back to high school and getting their degree, their high school diploma in their 50, 60, 70. And so he was 70 when he received his high school diploma.
Wow.
After working 30 years, he retired. He went back, he got his high school diploma and decided he needed to finish his education. This was in Italy. And he graduated the top of his class in March of 2020. He received his degree. Yes. So congratulations to Giuseppe Paterno. He received his bachelor's degree in history and philosophy. Yes. I was like, we're without excuse.
Well, hey, if that's the case, I still got about 43 years to get my bachelor's. I'm in good shape. I had given up on that. I was just like, you know what? I'm well into my field, been doing my thing for 30 years. I don't need it. But you know what? Maybe I think about it in another 30 years or so.
Yeah, I think it's worth a thought. It's worth a thought.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Well, congratulations to him. I don't want to, just make fun. I mean, I think that the fact that he stuck with it regardless, is to be applauded. I'm sure his family was proud. And now my question is, now that he has the bachelor's, is he going to be able to find a job with that bachelor's degree? Is he going to go out and get a job with that bachelor's degree?
He said what he would do is volunteer his time and help students with use it and help other students. So that was pretty unique. I was like, go ahead.
Well, what else is going on? What else is going on in other news?
But other than that, they said that it's time to implement a 4-day work week. Do you agree?
Who said it's time to implement and why?
So, former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang told Business Insider that U.S. is past due on implementing a 4-day work week to better accommodate American workers. I, however, agree with him wholeheartedly, and I believe that it should be 6 days, 6 hours, not 8 hours.
So, does this have anything to do with the pandemic or anything, or just period? This was just in general?
So, in general, yes,
okay.
But the pandemic is escalating it. It's basically making it more important to go ahead and let's go on to that 4-day work week. I love a 4-day work week. When I was working, when I wasn't a full-time entrepreneur, I worked for one of the auto manufacturers. Yeah. And I did the 4-day work week then, and that was a beautiful thing. So, yeah, 4-day work week, I'd be for that. Right now, I don't know what kind of work week I'm on. Sometimes I'm working 7 days, sometimes I'm working 4. So, it just depends on how my workflow is going and how much business I got coming in. So, and I definitely, hey, being an entrepreneur, that's the type of life we call it to live. But for those who are working, I absolutely agree. I agree for quite some time, probably since I was like 21. I was like, we need to cut down this work week. Why do we work so long? Why?
21? How many years ago was that?
I know.
Divide, carry the 3.
I know.
All right, well, listen. If you're just joining us live with Vince Elliott, and we are We are just thrilled to have our guest today. DJ Cutmaster Swift is here from Outkast. He's going to be joining us shortly. We want you guys to get ready with your questions, your comments, and we're going to have a great time. He's silly. I've been knowing this guy for a while, so I'm sure we're going to have some laughs, reminiscing and talking about, all back in the day and all those types of things. So get ready for that. And guess who we got? We're going to see today. Yes, it's Lil V. He's going to be coming up shortly. And so you're going to see Lil V, and we got a message for you, and kick it. Hey, everybody, it's Vince Elliott saying thank you for your support. Real quick, I just want to come on and say a few things real quick. First of all, you guys are amazing because some of you are supporting the show by viewing us every single week. You're financially supporting. You're telling your family and friends. People are going to the YouTube page, subscribing, hitting the notifications bell. We are growing by leaps and bounds. We got a team now. We got Erica Mack, who keeps the show on track, my co-host. We got a producer, super duper producer, Deidre. She's in the background holding it down. And we are now at a place where we are opening the window of opportunity for sponsorship. That's right. If you know of someone who has a business, or if you yourself have a business whose product or service align with our brand, we want to hear from you. Send us an email at thevinceelliott@gmail.com, and we will send you the information. We have packages as low as $100 a week. Can't beat that. Those prices are going to go up as our audience grows, so you want to get in where you fit in. Also, if you want to support the show, simply go to the Cash App now there on the screen, $ live with Vince Elliott. 1 L, 1 T in Elliott, so your money gets routed to the right place and gets used appropriately. In the meantime, we will continue to bring you information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs. Look out for Lil V. He's always trying to get on the show. So in the meantime, let's get back to the show. What are you up to?
Wait 1 minute.
What you writing?
I'm writing Lil V's top 10 list of demands. Demands.
Demands? Really?
Because you're not treating Lil V right. So top 10 things. I just finished the list. Top 10 things Lil V demands. Number one. Respect Lil V. Respect Lil V. And you do that because when you respect Lil V, you listen to Lil V and do what Lil V say. That's the number one. Then, because I'm your thoughts and you don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. Number two, stop getting up early in the morning. Lil V likes sleeping until 12 noon.
Wow.
Number three, 1, 2, 3. No more exercising ever.
No exercise. What?
Ever. No more exercising ever because it's not necessary because you got a car. No need to walk, ride bike, or go to gym or any of that. Foolishness. It's foolishness. All you gotta do is move your foot a little bit like that on the gas and go faster and faster. Because Lil V know, and you don't know nothing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know nothing.
Number 4, we got eat like you did when you were a teenager. Eat like you did when you were a teenager. I want more oatmeal pies, more honey buns, more Suzy Q's, more bubble yum, more potato chips, and more Faygo Red Pop.
That's not good for you.
It's good for you. It's good. I want that 2 times a day, twice for Lil V. Number 5.
You can't do that.
Buy more stuff. Impulse shopping. Quit asking your wife and quit doing the budget and all of that. Just buy what I want when I want it. And I want it. Because you don't know nothing.
What? You tripping.
Plus you got a big head.
I got a big head. I got a big head. Man, you tripping. I got a big head. Really?
Number 6. Take me to the club so I can shake it and dance because Lil V know how to dance. They know how to do it.
Take you to the club.
Shake my groove thing. I want to do it.
Shake it.
And I want to make it rain. Lil V, make it rain. With your money. Anyway, number 7. Remember number 1. Number 1, respect Lil V and listen to Lil V and do what Lil V say. Number 8, more sugar.
For real.
Number nine. Remember number 3. No more exercise. I put that down twice because you don't know nothing. And number 10, put Lil B on live with Miss Elliott. Put me on the show. Because
Okay, I don't have time for somebody.
Why you always leaving when I said put me on the show? Put Lil B on the show. You don't know nothing.
I don't know what happened to the background for Lil V at the very end, but apparently I don't know nothing, according to Lil V.
That was cool. No, that was funny. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Lil V is ridiculous.
No
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is it's that time. No more delay. Let's get right into it because I want to introduce my guest and turn him loose so we can bombard him with questions. Yeah. In fact, before I even introduce him, I want to give you guys a little sample of what he does. You know, for you guys can see who he is and what he does and all that type of thing. So, my next guest actually has traveled literally around the world on stages as big as you can imagine. In fact, in 2019, they were on, and when I say they, he's part of Outkast, they were on the Super Bowl. 2019 Super Bowl halftime show. The stage does not get any bigger than that. Let's take a look. You'll see DJ Cutmaster Swift back there cutting it up. Let's check it out. Uh-oh, I think two of us are trying to do it.
Straight up, if you want me, you can find me in the ready for action, living in the pub, we never relaxing. Outcast is everlasting, not clashing, not at all. See my boy, what you do a little acting. Not for anyone, half say, give it one pass. Say drip, drip, drop, there it goes on your gas. Say wood, now you coming out the side of your face, we typing right into your memory banks. So blink at the ticket, let's see your seatbelt fasten. Front round, left, not you in the back seat. Speak about vibrate the tab, make a sound like I'm putting cans in the bag. But I know y'all wanted that. Can you feel that beat? But I know y'all wanted that. Can you feel that PA? Yes, let's go. I love the way you move. I love the way you move. Yeah, come on. I love the way you move. I love the way she moves. Say, I love the way. She. I love the way you move. I love the way she moves. I love the way you move. Big boy, see you grind, don't mess around. I love the way you move. I love the way she moves. Say I love the way. Yeah. ATL, ho. ATL, ho.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is straight from the ATL. It's DJ Cutmaster Swift, born as Archie Hall, began his musical journey as a youngster on the southwest side of Atlanta. His strong passion for music and influences such as Jam Master Jay, Jazzy Jeff led him to aspirations of stardom. Starting off as a disc jockey while attending Carver High School, he is also an accomplished musician, writer, producer, and engineer. When Outkast Mr. DJ decided to begin his career in producing, Cutmaster Swift officially became the group's DJ during their AT-Aliens album. His unparalleled scratches have been featured on Outkast's Stankonia, Idlewild, Speakerbox, The Love Below, Big Boy, Sir Lucius Left Foot, the son of Chico Dusty. I mean, this guy is all over everything, and his handprint is on everything. He's been working with these guys, I don't know how many years. He's going to tell us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Mr. DJ Cutmaster Swift. Come on.
What up?
Uh-oh, I'm pushing buttons. I'm not supposed to be pushing buttons. I keep doing it. Let me take my hands off. I'm sorry. There you go. What's up, man? Uh-oh, where's this audio? Let me get that audio. There you go.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
You got me?
We got you.
We got you now.
Look, that was funny when you saw the Super Bowl clip. You cut that off quick when they started singing ATL. Like,
I'm gonna say he was saying ATL. ATL.
they said ATL. Oh,
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
I'm saying y'all got to keep your mind right. What's
Right,
that?
right. Well, listen, man. Welcome to the show. Let me see. Can I put you up like that, or should I leave you like? I'm gonna leave you like that.
I don't care. Look,
Huh? Switch it up. Let me quit playing with it. Anyway, listen. We are glad to have you on the show, man. We everybody's familiar with the music of Outkast, but I want to start all the way back from the beginning. But before we even do that, I just want to give you an opportunity to say, whatever you want to say in terms of coming on the show, introduce yourself, whatever you might want to say to the people who's watching, and then we'll go from there.
First of all, we've been knowing each other a long time.
Yep.
What's funny, let's go back to what y'all were talking about earlier, which was not in the news. I want to say, give a shout out to the dude that's 96 years old. I'm real, got his degree.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going back to, going back to school, especially like right now since I ain't really got nothing to do. We ain't gonna talk about COVID, but you know what I'm saying? I got time. But I won't be going back for no history, I don't think. It won't be that. I might go back to something stupid, like I might go back for like sewing or something.
Something you can do during the pandemic, huh?
You want to be a seamstress, huh?
Crochet.
You go sew together your own ATL DJ Swift outfits, huh?
Yeah, man.
I believe everything in your closet got ATL on it or something about Atlanta.
You know what? You was cracking on me a couple of days ago. Like, I'm representing Atlanta too much. Y'all both got on Detroit stuff. You got on line.
Well, I mean, hey man, you got to do.
You got on a hat, but look, I got the swag shop on. Killer Mike, swag shop hat. You know.
Oh, that's Killer Mike's. That's Killer Mike stuff.
Yeah, you don't do barber shops here in the city, so
okay.
So y'all come to Atlanta, come get a shape up, line up. You know what I'm saying? Get some of them grades about your beard, man.
Everybody know who Killer Mike is. In case you don't know, we throw up a picture of him right quick. There's Killer Mike, rapper extraordinaire and really intelligent business savvy guy too as well. Yeah. So yeah, man, let's just take it back for a second. First of all, let's acknowledge some folks in the comments. Kimberly Bowden says, "Hey DJ Cutmaster Swift," and then we got Game Rexka, if I said it right.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Swift was good, cuzzo. Yeah. So, what I love about this show is that there's a lot of people who watch on the replay. So if you're watching on the replay, hey, what's up to you as well? And then if you got questions or comments that you want to put in, go for it, because we even respond during the replay, because I will be playing this again sometime during the week. And then if there's any questions or anything that I can shoot over to Swift, we'll do that as well. So, man, take us back, man. Take us back to where it all began.
Oh, man. Y'all got time, right?
We got plenty of time.
I mean,
it's never too late.
For a lot of people that don't really know me, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's where I was born.
1341 Horner Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. I moved down here when I was in Atlanta when I was 7, 8 years old, 1978, somewhere along there. Mm-hmm. Actually, I started off, playing music in the band and stuff, trumpet, little piano, little this. So I know how to read and write a little music, a couple of drums. Anyway, as I got older, my teenage years, that's when the real magic happened, the DJing. I started with a group called 9mm. Mm-hmm. Me, a guy named Corey Wilson, Angelo Redding, who was Andre's 3000 first cousin.
Wow.
It's crazy. But it's crazy.
World.
Yes, small world. It's crazy because at the same time I started DJing, I had a job, and sometimes I couldn't make the show. I couldn't do some of our shows. It's 9mm. Mm-hmm. And my backup DJ was Mr. DJ.
The guy who was with Oh, the
With
guy who
them.
started out with Outkast.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I didn't even know him though. We didn't really know each other then.
Wow.
They would just always call. They'd be like, "Well, if you can't make the show, man, DJ will do it." I'm like, "Cool." And I thought they were just calling the guy DJ because he was DJ. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, long story short, hold on, I need a drink. Just got that quick.
So you was with the group 9mm, and then you started getting some notoriety from that.
Right. Me and Angelo, we was tight. And then I started working at, you know what, let me say this. Hold on, I forgot. Actually, I knew CeeLo first. I knew CeeLo Green.
The CeeLo?
Wow.
CeeLo, me and CeeLo, me and CeeLo we was buddies right before the 9mm thing, I think I want to say. And I met him through my homeboy DJ Wynn, rest in peace. DJ Wynn and Ali Al. I met CeeLo and we used to, man, this is when people had like three-way phones. You know, we call girls. And I be singing, but I let him do all the singing though, for real. You know what I'm saying? We be singing like Julio Harmony.
Oh wow. Yeah.
A little bit.
And so your job in the band wasn't really singing; it was DJing and playing maybe an instrument or something.
Most definitely.
Okay. I was a little concerned about that for a
I
second.
grew up in the church.
Yeah.
People calling my phone. Let me turn my phone on.
Yeah. So now let's fast forward to when you were in Atlanta, and then tell them about how I came through and really tightened up your skills and showed you how to DJ when I was in the basement. Tell them about that.
I had a play cousin. Kind of like his name was Daryl BB. We called him BB.
Okay.
You know, he was a little older than me. He was going through stuff in Cleveland, so he came down one summer. He was like, you know, I DJ, and he started teaching me stuff. So he had to leave for like maybe 2 months or something, 2-3 months, and he was nice. So he was nice with it. But when he came back, man, I mean, he was like, because I practiced. I mean, that's what kept me out of trouble, man. Turntables, practicing. Like what's crazy, I was in the band. I played sports. I did everything. I was doing all kind of stuff. But when I started DJing, I didn't want to do nothing else. I was like,
you knew that was it.
Yeah, I was just like, it just came so natural to me. You know what I'm saying? It was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. So
yeah.
So you started playing music when? Like, what age were you when you started playing music?
Music,
Yes.
like trumpet, like
I played trumpet too.
you do?
I did.
Okay, I was like in the third grade.
For like 10 years.
I was in the third grade. I was good too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All city band. I played like all the way from elementary school. Pretty
Wow.
much got recruited by my high school. Like, because my brother was playing trumpet, my older brother was playing trumpet too. So I used to always go to band practice with him from elementary school. And you know what I'm saying? The band director was like, man, we need your little brother.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Back I came in like in my 8th grade year. You know what I'm saying? I came in, I was sitting like 4th, 5th seat.
Wow.
Which was good out of like 12, 13 trumpet players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So it's interesting that, you know, I didn't even know this. When you said you were in Cleveland and then you moved to Atlanta in 1978. I was in Cleveland and I moved to Detroit in 1978. So we were in Cleveland at the same time and left at the same time and didn't even know each other at that point. But years later, 9 years later, I came to Atlanta and, you know, hooked up with you and the whole family. So my mother and I think your auntie were best of friends.
Right.
They were best friends. And I mean, they were like real best friends. So when I came to Atlanta, I was trying to find my way. My mother was like, well, you know, if you get in the jam, go by there and see my friend. They'll take care of you. Sure enough, the people I was trying to stay with, they was getting kicked out, and I wasn't gonna have no place to stay. So I was like, what you say her name is, mama? And I came over there, and man, listen, they owned the whole block. They had the house next to that house, the house next to that house.
Yeah, that was in Polar Rock.
Yeah, Polar Rock Place. Yep. You know, in Atlanta.
My mama like that. She's still like that. She the gatekeeper. So like, if anybody needs somewhere to stay, call my mom.
And the first place I stayed was with you and your uncle in the basement where the turntables was. And I remember getting over there like you was trying to show me, and I was like, I was doing a little bit, but I wasn't messing around with it enough to really get it.
No, you tried. You tried a little bit. You tried a little bit. Sometimes I walk in the house and you know what I'm saying, you be home just making some noise, boy.
Had I known today, then what I know today, I might have stayed down there a little bit longer, you know.
No.
Yeah, so
What's
but
crazy, I feel like I know I'm a child of hip hop because, like, I want to say when I started DJing, I'm trying to think what songs and stuff was out. Maybe like UTFO, Roxanne.
oh man, you
French,
take me way back.
Yeah, like so it was in 80, 85 maybe. 80, yeah,
Oh.
85.
I came in 87,
Oh.
but yeah.
It was like 85 maybe when I started. And
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
God, rap has changed since so
Big
much.
time. Big time.
So you
So-
started like in 85. So like how long or how many years did it take before you realized that you were like a notarized DJ?
Yeah, great question.
Actually, I started really, you know, in the house. You know, I knew I was good because everybody was trying to rap. Everybody was trying to DJ. I mean, everybody was trying to break dance. I mean, it was being an official b-boy. That's what it was. Like if you knew how to dance, you knew how to rap. If you knew how to rap, you knew how to DJ. If you knew how to DJ, you knew how to rap. Like everything. That's just what it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started working at Sharon Showcase, like that's when people started really noticing me. And then I started doing V103 Fresh Party, radio station here in Atlanta. Darren Fears. Shout out to Darren Fears. He was the host. So that's when because he also worked at the club too. So that's how I kind of got on Fresh Party. Him, Ryan Cameron. But yeah, Sharon Showcase, I would say. And then after Sharon Showcase, I just started. I was DJing everywhere, anywhere, any club, like for real.
You got known around the city.
Got known around the city, and you know I was working for Bronner Brothers as a young teenager. Then I started doing their hair shows and all that kind of stuff. Then I started traveling with them because they started taking it on the road. So by the time I was about 18, 19, I had been all over the U.S. with Bronner, pretty much. I had covered the U.S. pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't even heard of Bronner Brothers till I got down there with you.
What, the hair care product? Oh man, come on.
I mean, you know,
Black Atlanta, man. Black Atlanta. Come on.
I just had moved to Atlanta. I didn't know about it until I got there. So, you know.
Everybody that had a Jerry curl had a California curl or a BB curl.
Well, I had the waves going on. I was still doing this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He had the brush part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the big long brush part. Brush his hair sideways.
Yeah.
You don't cut it. I thought you would never cut it.
Well, listen, man, you know, I made my mark when I was there in Atlanta. You know, I came through, you know, and after I taught you a little bit on the mixing and the cutting and the scratching, and then I got to, you know, bringing out my basketball skills and dunking on everybody in the neighborhood, you know, and then I moved on. You know what I'm saying?
I got a crazy story, right? Well, my name was just, I called myself DJ Swift. But my friend named Kevin, he told me, said, look, man, can't just be DJ Swift. You got to have a 3-part name, like Magnificent Jazzy Jeff, Jam Master J, Grandmaster Flash, you know what I'm saying? Mixmaster Ice. So that's how I came up with it. He gave me the Cutmaster.
Cutmaster Swift.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you know, you work with the Bronner Brothers. Now, at what point, let me see if I get the order right. What point did you start DJing for the Falcons? Was that before Outkast or after Outkast?
No. That was just a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's when he slowed down.
I've always done like corporate stuff, and I did stuff like at the game sometimes, but it became official maybe, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, pretty much. When I started doing it on the regular, you know, if my schedule allowed me to.
Oh, okay. So, so we're going to have to get into the whole, you know, how you met Outkast and all that type of thing. We're going to do that after we take, let me see, should we take a short break right now? I think we should take a short break.
Yeah,
do this.
Let me reload.
You go reload? All right. So I'm being told by our producer that our video is being shared as private. So yeah, we got to check that out and make sure everything's good with that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go to this break, and we will be right back after this.
Oh no, it was just TV. Straight.
Hey everybody, it's Vince Elliott saying thank you for your support. Real quick, I just want to come on and say a few things real quick. First of all, you guys are amazing because some of you are supporting the show by viewing us every single week. You're financially supporting, you're telling your family and friends, people are going to the YouTube page, subscribing, hitting the notifications bell. We are growing by leaps and bounds. We got a team now. We got Erica Mack, who keeps the show on track, my co-host. We got a producer, super duper producer, Deidre. She's in the background holding it down. And we are now at a place where we are opening the window of opportunity for sponsorship. That's right. If you know of someone who has a business, or if you yourself have a business whose product or service align with our brand, we want to hear from you. Send us an email at thevinceelliott@gmail.com and we will send you the information. We have packages as low as $100 a week. Can't beat that. Those prices are going to go up as our audience grows, so you want to get in where you fit in. Also, if you want to support the show, simply go to the Cash App now there on the screen, $ live with Vince Elliott. 1 L, 1 T in Elliott, so your money gets routed to the right place and gets used appropriately. In the meantime, we will continue to bring you information, education, inspiration, motivation, and yes, a few laughs. Look out for Lil V. He's always trying to get on the show. So in the meantime, let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with Vince Elliott, and you know I'm Vince Elliott, and she is
Mac.
Erica Miggity Mac, keeping the show on track. Listen, we are here with DJ Cutmaster Swift, and he's been telling us about how he got started in the business, and now we are going to ask the question that everybody wants to know. We want to know how he got with Outkast. We want to know, we got questions about, what it takes to get into the DJ game. We want to know, is Outkast still together? I mean, listen, we want to know everything. And if you got questions or comments, go ahead and fire those off in the chat room. And we got DJ Cutmaster Swift. He say, listen, I can handle any question they got. I ain't even worried about it. Bring it. So go ahead and put your comments and your questions in the chat. And go ahead and, Erica, hit him with some deep questions. Cut him deep.
Cut him deep. No. So now we know that how you got started and where your love comes from and things like that. But many people want to know what steps should they take if they're interested in becoming a DJ, and what steps and how should they go about getting into the field?
Well, I mean, it helps. I mean, believe it or not. My strongest asset really is cataloging, just knowing music, being well rounded, knowing all different genres, and you know what I'm saying. So for a young DJ, I would say, just try to learn all the music you can, like no matter what type of music it is. Like good music is good music, whether religious, reggae, rock, pop, because that's the beautiful thing about being a DJ. You're able to put it all together and make it magical and make it what you want.
DJ, get the party started.
Yeah.
Without the DJ, man, you it's dry.
You control.
Don't anybody show up. The DJ got to show up.
You control the scene. Like you control the mood. You know what I'm saying? You can make people feel happy, sad, whatever. You control it.
Yeah. Get the dance floor jumping.
Whether it's being vocal or whether it's just with the music or your skills or whatever you're doing, you make everybody pay attention and you control the crowd.
When I lived in Chicago, in my early matter of fact, when I left Atlanta. So
you talking about DJ days.
Huh?
Talking about your early DJ days.
No. I'm not talking about me DJing. I'm saying when I went.
Don't lie.
I don't give them nothing but the truth, man. It's unadulterated truth. Anyway, I went to Chicago, moved to Chicago or the suburbs of Chicago, and I did end up living in Chicago. I lived all around in Illinois. But anyway, I used to go to the clubs, and one of the favorite clubs that I went to was Chick Rick's, and Eric the Wiz was the DJ at Chick Rick's, and he ended up becoming the he was managing Tongue Twister. Well, he called himself Twist now. Yeah, and so, So Eric the Wiz, he was known around the city. And then, like I said, he did.
Chicago?
Yeah, this was in Chicago.
I knew a Wiz in Detroit that used to be on the radio that was good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It sure was. But this was Eric the Wiz,
Okay.
and so Tongue Twister and all them guys, would all be coming to the clubs. In fact, this was during the time. I mean, the window of time that I was there. You had Eric the Wiz, Tongue Twister. You had R. Kelly. You had all the actors. You had who you with? You had Bernie Mac. All those folks. I used to see frequently in the clubs. And so they would. That whole DJing, man. Now dancing is something I used to do. I used to do a lot of dancing. But yeah, man.
Too tall.
I'm too tall to dance. Yeah, well, that wasn't the case back then. But anyway, I digress. Let me ask you about what you say?
About 6'6", right?
No, I'm not that tall. Anyway, I want to know about what happened that you actually ended up hooking up. I know that in the bio I said when the one DJ left out, you came in. How'd that relationship begin with Outkast?
I mean, you got to realize I knew them before. I knew them before they even got signed. So, like I said, guy that was in my group, Angelo, Dre's first cousin. So I knew them. It used to be a group. Actually, the name used to be Two Shades Deep, and big name was Twine, and Dre was calling himself Jazz, I think, at the time, something like that. But I used to do beats for him, and we used to mess around in the studio at our studio because Angelo always made sure he always kept us a studio. We always had the equipment. I ain't gonna say how we got it, but we always had the equipment. Cutmaster Low, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I knew them before they got signed, so I didn't see them for maybe like a year or so. When I saw them again, I saw them at Ryan Cameron, who's a very large, huge DJ here in Atlanta, radio personality. It was his first annual bowling tournament that he's been doing now for it got to be 25 years. So, but I did the very first one. And Ryan, if you're watching, I hope you remember this. And that's when I reconnected with him. And I was like, "Dang, man, I heard y'all got signed." And in my group, we were still trying to do our thing, 9mm. You know what I'm saying? But after DJ just decided he wanted to, I think DJ was having another child because at that time he had already had maybe like 2 kids and he was having a new baby, so he just couldn't. He like the road ain't getting it and touring and all that stuff. Plus he had started producing too. And he had made a couple of records, a couple of bangers. So I was like, well, appreciate it. So you through like Dre mom called me up, right? Mom is Benjamin. She called me up and was like, look, I just got a new job with Bronner Brothers being like a sales representative. You know what I'm saying? I was going out with my suit on and selling hand products and trying to get accounts. That was gonna be my thing. Because as being a DJ, you could always DJ, and still, you know what I'm saying. I was enough to keep a day job. You know what I'm saying. So it was a good balance for me. But she called me. She was like, "So you quit that job yet?" I was like, "What?" I've been knowing these people though. Like they like
right.
Like,
I know the Brownners very, very well. Yeah. So I was like, let me call you back. So she called me back in about 4 minutes.
Wow.
You made up your mind yet? I was like, wow. The lady she had a foot on my neck. I was like, then I just started thinking like, what I love the most, you know what I'm saying? So the music always took care of me. So I try to take care of it.
So you had an opportunity to travel not only around the United States, but around the world. And two times. And you've worked with some of everybody.
Everybody.
I
did a show with Hall and Oates one time. For real, it was crazy because when you start doing festivals and stuff like that, like you doing shows with everybody, man. Prince, Elton John, it don't matter. Like you crossing paths with everybody. You really see people come up like they really start from the bottom to come from like nowhere. And next thing you know, guess what? They blowing up. They, you know what I'm saying? They on the same stage with you, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's opened a lot of doors. I see y'all here at a basketball game, sitting front row. You and Big Boy.
Yeah. Actually, and to be honest with you, you know what? I got to give it up big because although like Outkast stopped making records, they stopped making records for a minute collectively.
Mm-hmm.
Big never stopped. I mean, it was kind of hard for him, and I told him, "Hey, man, got to keep going. You're a true rapper. You're a true MC." And he right now in his 5th album, I think solo album, 5th or 6th.
Wow.
So like, that's just kind of hard to do when you used to doing when you done did 5 or 6 albums when you with your partner. You got to split verses every song. But then start trying to do like 12, 15 songs. You got to do 2, 3 verses every song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of.
This is you guys at the Grammys, right?
Yeah, that look like the Grammys.
Yeah.
Grammys or American Music Awards.
Okay.
Who's that guy with that long hair?
That's true.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, that was a good time. I got a story. We was all eating dinner at what's the name of that restaurant? I don't know. Anyway, LA. So Dre was everybody was happy because won album of the year, a couple of other categories. He was mad. He was sad because he didn't win best video of the year. But hey, I mean, he was sad for real. I was like, man, come on, man. Man,
He wanted it all.
He wanted it all, bro.
Yeah. Did he produce the video?
I think him and Brian
and
Barber.
directed?
Yeah, him and Brian Barber. I think they both creatively came up with it.
Oh, okay, so that's why he took a little personal.
Oh yeah, he worked his butt off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure everybody's seen the video. He playing like, 5, 6 different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, I want to just show a little clip, man, of it's just a little short clip of you doing your thing. Let me see if I can put this together right quick. Let's see.
Cool.
This is a clip of you doing just a little showing off on stage. All right, so let's see. Let's blow it up. And here we go.
Okay, this is Atlanta.
Let's see what y'all gonna do then.
Oh, this is Atlanta. Okay, yeah. Hey, me, DJ Now, JC, shout out. Okay, yeah. There it is. Come on, there it is. Oh, man. Man, you gotta get your connection right. Oh, with the mouth, yeah, 2 hands. Hey.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do to be able to do that?
That was 2014, right? That was the reunion tour. You got to realize Outkast, they hadn't been on stage together in like 10, 12 years or something like that. But that was a reunion tour, and that was in Atlanta. We did like 3 days. 3 days at Centennial Park downtown. And one of those days was kind of like Cutmaster Swift day on my show. So I did an ATL roundup where I had a lot of the local acts come in, like some of the hot acts you guys may not know of, like Kilo and TCP and Pastor Troy and DJ Taz.
DJ Taz.
DJ Taz, yeah.
Yeah, that was your homeboy from
Tino McIntosh, call his government.
I remember.
His name was when he moved from Gainesville, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, they was like, man, it's a dude in the neighborhood that DJ named Tino. His name is Tino.
Right.
When I saw him, the short dude, he had the freshest Adidas jacket on, right?
Uh-huh.
And it said DJ Swift on it. I was like, no, we can't do that, bro.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was DJ Swift.
Oh.
His name was DJ Swift first. I don't want to help him come up with the name DJ Taz. I gave him. I was like, man, it ain't number one Swift, man. We can't do that.
Yeah, because you had already got out there with the name.
But he moved to my neighborhood. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's from Gainesville. He's from a whole other little small town.
Right.
Yeah. But we clicked up and we became like best friends. And we started vibing. We started going anywhere trying to look for dudes to battle. Talent shows. You know what I'm saying? We became like a little tag team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He went on ahead to do bigger things. He made big records. That's right, and a couple of other records. Producer, a couple of bass jam. Taz done good.
Yeah. Erica, remind our viewers of what they need to do, please.
Viewers, you all need to go to the Vince Elliott Show, the Vince Elliott on YouTube, and subscribe. We would appreciate that. And also share. Sharing this hearing. And if you have not already, put your comments in the comment box. Go ahead and do that. And we will actually post and answer them.
Yeah. So make sure you're going, and when you subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you can get notified when we go live or upload new content. We are here live with DJ Cutmaster Swift on the ones and twosies and the threes and the foursies. Because, I mean, nowadays, sometimes you got more than just 2 turntables. You're doing it with 3 turntables sometimes.
Yeah, what's crazy is, I mean, thanks to technology, I got to give a shout out to young DJ named DiBiase.
Who?
DiBiase?
Yeah, DJ DiBiase.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know where he is nowadays. I don't know if he's in Florida or California. Anyways, he started this thing in Atlanta about 5-6 years ago called All Vinyl Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of hit me up like, would you come do this All Vinyl Everything? Where basically you kind of DJing backwards, like you going back to using just records and regular, turntables and mixers, like. And was really crazy. All the years I've been DJing, it was kind of challenging. Like I really had to like practice for like 2-3 days, like to get back acclimated, like cause like now like needles really don't jump, records don't really skip, like with all the Serato and the computer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, like a lot of the technology make a lot of DJs seem like they can really DJ. You know what I mean?
And is that the main difference between back in the day and now, the technology?
Oh yeah, a lot of it. Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Like, I mean, because they make equipment now to scratch, like 4 scratch. Back then, they was just making a mixer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The house was hard. The fades was different. The fade slopes and stuff was different on them. So like. But at the end of the day, if you couldn't cut, you can't cut now. You can't. It don't matter. You can. If you could scratch then on turntable, you ain't scratching too much on the PD units or none of that. That's just.
So should we call today's DJs? Should they really be called DJs?
Like, you know what? That's a good question. Yeah, because I'm gonna say yeah. Like I ain't knock nobody because I mean, it was a dream for me. So my dream has become a career for like everybody. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna say it. Like if you DJ, whatever, if you're a talking DJ, if you're whatever, everybody got their strong points. Mm-hmm. And I like the simple fact that like DJ Khaled, like what I'm saying. I like the simple fact like DJ looked at as artists kind of because like I mean the DJ has been kind of canceled out of hip hop a little bit. As far as from a skill set, like even like all the shows I do with all these other rappers and stuff, I'm probably the only one that really be up there like with turntables or DJing for real. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Me, I mean, I can name a handful. You know what I'm saying? Me, DJ Dummy, JC, what's Snoop's DJ name? Can't think right now. But not Battlecat. Battlecat too, but it's a number. I don't know, but it's a couple of DJs. You know what I'm saying? Shakim, who like Shakim been DJing with New Edition and BBD and Teddy Riley for some guys have a good run for at least like 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I wanted to ask you? So you guys had a run-in with Ashton Kutcher. Tell me about that. About getting punked.
Oh man, that was funny. That was Grammys week. So we it's Grammy week. Nominated for like 5-6 Grammys. So we get out there like early. We out there for a whole week. So our manager at the time was Michael Blue Williams, so he had Mercedes or whoever to hook us up with 3 Maybachs. I had my own Maybach. I had a driver. I'm like, oh, balling. So, anyways, you know, we doing everything in these 3 cars. Big in his car, Dre in his car, I'm in another car. We going to Foot Locker in the car. We just doing everything, the dinner, anything. So I think we had a sound check or something that day. And anyway, for Punk, they drove one of the cars through a storefront window. which was funny. And it took, I was like, damn. Cause like when it happened, we pull up to the scene, they like, Outkast, y'all responsible for these cars. You know, these cars cost like $400,000. You know what I'm saying? A piece.
Right.
Like, yeah, like, so they like, you know, y'all responsible for this car. So they had the area roped off, so you really couldn't, you wasn't that close to the scene. But I started looking because I know a little bit about cars. So I'm like, okay. So my manager, Blue looked at me and said, Swift, don't mess this up. I was like, I got it.
You figured it out.
But look, what's funny, look, they start asking Big, like, what's your name? He start giving fake names. Dre, look, hey, Dre started giving fake names, telling me his name Bill Bixby. I had to walk away so I wouldn't give it away. I had to walk down the street a little bit. Like, it was so funny, but it was so real though, because the smoke and the fire was real. Like, it looked real. Hollywood had the helicopter.
I saw the video and I watched it more than once. I saw you in there, and I just saw everything. Ashton Kutcher goes all out.
Yeah,
out. He came and stole. So as I recall, Dre and Big Boy were at a party.
Yeah,
and y'all always at the party. And then they came and stole one of the cars, took it, put it on a tow truck, and then placed it strategically inside of a wall that had been broken out on purpose and all this kind of stuff. They had the fire department out there. They had a helicopter flying over. They wet the ground with the water, and they did smoke. They did it all, man. And they had, I mean, you got to see this video. Big Boy was like, and you won't find it on YouTube, which is odd. You can find it on MTV Asia. MTVAsia.com or something like that. It's season 2, episode 7. So if you want to check that out, season 2, episode 7. But man, they had Big Boys like, hey, I'm ringside for nothing, partner. He was going, yeah, he was going off, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah, old boy got a temper.
yeah. It was hilarious. So look, what you never did tell us specifically what is the current state of Outkast?
Right now, I know Dre. He said he ain't recording no music, but I know better. It's in his blood. He always making music. He's out in California right now, I'm sure, doing stuff in the house. And Big Boy, like I said, Big ain't never stopped. In fact, Big and Sleepy just finished the album called Big Sleepover, which I did a couple of songs on, along with Organized Noise and Ray Murray, a couple of other young producers. Like, he never stopped, man. Like, for real. So, like, and on top of that, like, you know, they still got unreleased records. They got records in the vault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Now here's what you talk about, the albums he's working on and releasing. Here's what's crazy, because, you know, I'm not involved in the music industry like that, but everybody knows I do voiceover. So, you know, when I came to Atlanta and had opportunity to grace your studio and do some drops that you can use live, you know, DJ, Cutmaster Swift, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you called me up and said, V, I want to do some drops for Big Boy, you know, for the live concert. I was like, cool. So we put it down.
Yeah,
and
a new show. We put together a new show, and I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And here's what's crazy. I'm almost ashamed to admit it. I was familiar with the music to a certain extent but I didn't know all the music like my super duper producer, Deidre. She knows every song, every lyric, everything. I didn't know all that stuff. So they was giving me lines to say. Matter of fact, what happened was, he caught me off guard. I'm in my studio back here in Michigan. So Swift calls me up and say, hey man, listen, when you do these drops? I say, okay, let me give me a couple hours. I'll get back to you. So he calls me back up after I send them to him, and he say, he playing them in the studio. And all of a sudden I hear this other voice saying, man, that sound good. That don't even sound like you. And they said, do it live. I'm talking to him in my regular voice like I'm talking to you right now. He's like, do it live. I was like, big boy. I said whatever I said. He was like, oh, snap, that's sick. Oh, man, that's amazing. I said, man, who is that? He said, that's Big Boy. I said, man, you ain't even tell me he was going to be in the studio listening. I thought we was going to put something together for him to hear later. So anyway, yeah, he hears it and he goes, man, I got to put you on my next album. So I'm holding him to that. I want my royalties. No, man, that was cool. That was fun.
It was great. You got to realize, man, you hadn't talked in, I don't know,
right,
years or so.
In a long time.
You were like, man, I've been doing voiceovers. You probably heard me on movie trailers, and
yeah.
You kind of blew my mind a little bit. I ain't want to give you too many props, but
Right.
you got to trip me out. Or you just do it on the spot like that. I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, well, one of the most notable ones that I did was for what's that, Transformers? Yeah,
the Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Yeah.
Bumblebee? Yeah.
You saw that one. I showed you that one, right? Yeah. So I did.
You made a believer out of me. I'm straight. I ain't even
okay.
You did like 50 drops for me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So yeah. By the way, Erica, so he's like, yeah, man, come do a few drops for me. I came in thinking I'm just gonna do a couple quick drops. Next thing you know, 4 hours later, I'm like,
It was about 45 minutes.
I like, my manager gonna be contact. No, I ain't got no manager, but no, it was cool, man. I had fun doing it. I wasn't tripping at all. So
We
yeah.
got a question from viewer.
Okay.
Game Wrecker would like to know: are there any albums that are dedicated to just the DJs? If not, should there be?
Oh, he's saying there should be. He said, if not, there should be.
I mean, me personally, I'm doing everything I can do as a DJ to make sure it don't become a lost art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I give props to any and every type of DJ. Because like they coming in all shape, form, and fashion. Now, girls, more females are DJing, different cultures, like, you know what I'm saying, Africa, Asian.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, somebody else did ask me that question too about it, as far as like making a DJ album. I've been trying to figure out a cool way to do it. You know what I mean? Versus like, I don't necessarily want to do an album where I'm just doing like a compilation.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do something like kind of like what Magic Mike used to do. I don't know if you hit the Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Magic Mike. Shouts out to Magic Mike. Drop that bass.
But you know what? That's a segue to my next question about, what's next for DJ Cutmaster Swift. I know that you, when I was there visiting with you, came to Atlanta working on some other project and then stopped by and kicked it with you for a minute. And your boy Killer Mike came through, and we talked about you doing a day in the life documentary or reality show or something like that. And then you're also working with artists. So talk about what's next for you.
So like, right, man, Killer Mike, we've been talking about trying to do something, a little TV show. We're working on it right now. We're just trying to get everything right. Just don't want it to be like everything else, and don't want it to be white. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to put a special touch on that. As far as the music side, working with Big and Sleepy always. I got this group called Face Card. Lonnie Mack, Dread Ski, two rappers from two different sides of the city that they kind of came together. It's funny how I kind of put them together because they called themselves like, we was all drinking somewhere one night. They called themselves kind of charging me up, telling me, man, you the gatekeeper, and you're supposed to do this and do this and do that, and yada yada yada. So I was like, all right, gonna see while y'all talking junk. I'm gonna see how real y'all is with it. So I did about 4 tracks when they came over to the house. They was like, wow, man, wow, okay, he for real. So we wound up, for real, we wound up doing about like 14, 15 songs, and they really good songs. Couple of them we got to revisit. Another thing, as far as Lonnie Mac goes, I just did a mixtape for him. We're putting it together now, so it should be out maybe like another week. Then I just met this young girl named Jalen. She's an incredible writer with, I think she signed with ASCAP, but like she's done Broadway and done a lot of other things, but she's dope. I mean, she's dope. Girl, I was playing to beat the girl when the bathroom came out 15 minutes. We finished the song.
Wow.
Like for real, playing.
Wow.
And it was a beat that I probably been sitting on for like 7 or 8 months. I was stuck as far as like trying to figure out what to, I have my moments when I want to write some stuff or when I'm, what I'm saying, when I'm feeling it, but to be able to work that pen like that, woo. Yeah.
Well, you might bring me out of retirement. A lot of y'all don't know that I had my small rapping career. My name was V Nitty. You know what I'm saying? V Nitty, baby. I was on the radio in Chicago doing my don't drink and drive raps, my positive raps, but that was during the time when R. Kelly was hot and I was local, known, and people was like, you ought to do one of R. Kelly's mixes. I was like, nah, man, I got to establish myself first before I try to get down with R. Kelly.
So we can't curse on your show, but we can talk about R. Kelly.
We can't.
He's like my favorite artist, but I'm just saying.
I'm not even going there. I mentioned him for reference sake in terms of the years and what was going on during that time. He was the hottest thing in Chicago while I was there, him and Bernie Mac.
So if you're looking for a job, you want a reference from R. Kelly.
I am not saying that. I am not, listen, I am not even going to touch that. Can't touch that. Ain't touching it. You're not going to loop me into.
I'm just jaw jacking. Look, for real, all kidding aside, he the best of our time. For me, like for real.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder, like my favorite artist, but R. Kelly the best. Man, I had sung on top Billboard for the last 25 years that he wrote, sang, and produced. I don't think nobody else done that.
Yeah. Well, you cannot argue with his talent.
You can't.
Erica, we got a comment, a question?
Yeah, we do. Where do you see Dredsky Live, I believe that's his saying, says, where do you see the future of the rap thing?
Yeah, Dred, listen, it ain't the rap thing, like, as long as we got struggle, we got rap. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't never long. As long as we got struggle, we got rap. Rap is this the only music you can put. You can put everything into this pot, and it's still rap. Country, rock, cursing, crime, religion. You can put all your pain in this rap pot and happiness, and you still got rap music. So it ain't going nowhere.
That's a good point. I never heard nobody put it like that before.
It ain't going nowhere. The best gumbo you gonna ever have, babe.
I remember when it first came out, people was, this ain't gonna last. This ain't real music. This ain't gonna last. And now here we are, 30 some odd years later. Ain't nobody saying it ain't gonna last no more. Yeah, they believe.
I mean, for real, like, everybody want love. Everybody want to hear the truth. And I mean, it's the gateway to it, rap. I mean, because people been singing their pain and singing their happiness, but it resonated a little different when you put a couple cuss words in there.
Is that what it is? Is that what make it official?
I think it drives the point, right?
It's another language.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. You know what I mean?
Well, Leslie say tell it like it is, Swift. She put a T on the end of that instead of an F. But
you tell somebody to go sit down. Let me hear you sing that. Sing, go sit down. That's somebody rapping. They put go sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. It's got that street vibe to it where people feel like they can, they can relate. Well, listen, we're gonna get Dresky's follow-up question, or which is, do you have any records dealing with Black Lives Matter? Do you do anything with political?
Yeah, I do. Actually, yeah. What's crazy? The group I was just talking about, Face Card, Dread, not to make Dread Ski. Actually, we got a song called DMA, Good Morning America, and basically, we did this song before. It's been like a little over a year. We did this song a while ago. And basically just talking about some black issues like the George Floyd thing, like a little brutality and just how black people are being treated. You know what I mean? Or people, not even just black people, just people, period. You know what I mean? Just how we are dealing with systematic crap. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, because music, man, has a way of
hey, man, it's a universal language.
It's a universal language, man, no matter what's going on.
Like, listen to me. I mean, I'm in Japan doing shows for 40,000 Japanese people.
Wow.
They know these words, man.
Yes,
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, it would probably. I'm sure it was funny to you, to hear them saying the words and singing and rapping and all that kind of stuff. It's like, wow, And they're.
Let me tell you something about Japanese people. They are very, 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 and I'm sure y'all know this, very, very, very intelligent.
Yeah. Oh,
They will figure out a way to be black. Listen, for real, like they damn near got a clone of every artist that we got.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't bad.
Wow.
I swear it ain't bad. It like for real, man. Boy, they got boy bands, they got Jap Trap.
Jap Trap.
Jap Trap. Yeah, like for real, they do trap music, man. And it's good. And what make it sound fresh to me, like they doing it in Japanese, so I don't even know what they're saying, but it sounds dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen that, and I mean, in all genres. You see them in
right.
all genres, and that they have, like you said, replicas.
Yeah. Crazy,
I got one last question before we go ahead and close this thing out. So if you guys your viewers, if you got your comments or any questions you want to ask, do it now, because we're going to close this thing out in a moment. I have one final question. With the pandemic and everything going on, people are finding new creative ways to be able to stay relevant. What do you think of the future of, these concerts? I mean, let's just say, for example, we don't get released to totally be out there till, another year. 5
years.
Yeah, or 5 years. Do you think these online concerts are going to find a way to generate money, maybe pay-per-view? What do you think?
Definitely going to find a way. I mean, I was talking to Big about it because we always stayed on the road. So I'm like, man, get some type of site up and just channel everybody to your site. I mean, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. Because, think about it. If you're able to tell folks to pay $5 or $10, you could probably get 1 million people to pay $5 to see you perform online before you get 100,000 people to show up at your show for $50 a ticket.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Because you got to go from city to city, so you get 15,000 people to come in this arena, 25,000 come in this arena. Online,
you come back on cost, you come back on everything. I mean, you're able to market your product, your merchandise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All in one. It's like, it's the new TV, really.
Well, what's interesting about that conversation, you and I talked about it offline before as well. Yeah. Like I said, it's no secret I have a production company, and I've traveled as well, with other production companies.
Get that guap, Vince. Get that guap.
So, right after we came, I came from Atlanta. We were on that Tyler Perry tour with.
You name dropping now. You big.
Well, I can't name drop with you. Come on, man. I'm just stating the facts. But it was that particular tour wasn't through my production company. I was working with my good friend Jay Garrick Stewart's company, SR Audio. Plug for them real quick. But the thing is that we had planned, some of the guys who were in that group on that tour. We were about to do another tour with Yo Gotti, the Baby,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these guys, and I mean, the concert was scheduled in Detroit, Little Caesar Arena, which is the biggest arena in the city, and it was scheduled for March 15th, and they shut it down like 4 days before that, like March
I think
12th.
the 12th. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not
Now,
gonna
like,
happen. It
12th.
was like they just cut into my money so quick. And so you know, like I said, you and I have talked about potentially putting some things together. Here's what I'm finding. You tell me where you guys fall with this, is that some people are saying, you know, when we start reaching out to a few artists, you got people in three different categories. You got those who are saying, yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. Then you got people saying, well, yeah, I think it's a great idea, but we're going to do it ourselves. And then you got people who are saying, yeah, bring on the production company, let's do it. Where you guys fall with that?
I mean, was you doing this show before the pandemic?
Doing what show?
Vince Elliott show.
I was not.
That's what I'm saying. It's forced you to do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's gonna force everybody to do things like this, and all this we doing now is gonna get much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get much better. It's gonna work much smoother. Sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna get to that. Like,
Well,
But the thing is, it cuts out the middleman, and like, you know, for big production companies or venues or groups or things like that, groups and artists, things like that, they get to keep more of their cut of their what they're working towards.
right.
So, and now that we're forced to use more internet provided services, things like that, the broadband has been expanded. So, like Cut said, that it's going to get better, and as it gets better and it grows, then ultimately artists are going to be like, well, why do I need a production company, or why do I need a manager? Because I can set this up. Yeah, my cousin could do that, you know, and I
Right,
can
right.
do, you know, things like that. So
hey, look, Vinny,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut y'all, Eric. Let me say this though.
yeah, go ahead.
Detroit, right? I gotta say this. Probably number one on my list as far as like Outkast show, State Theater.
Yeah.
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 Rock the State Theater.
Yeah. Shout out to D-Town.
It's real. I had the best times in Detroit. JC know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shouts out to JC. Neil Swan, Shotgun, Almighty Shotgun. I know you down there in Florida. Holla at me too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. DL, Patrick Ward, Detroit Beatmaker. Holla at me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna sign off. DJ Cutmaster Swift, excuse me. Thank you for gracing us on Live with Vince Elliott. We appreciate you taking out the time. We know that you could be working on some beats or something like that, but
Pandemic, that's it.
yeah, man, listen, this is what we need to do. Me and Erica and the rest of the production crew need to come on to Atlanta and set up shop and produce and direct a show with you and Big Boy and whoever else you want to have in there and get this thing popping.
Nobody got to drive, because driving is crazy in Atlanta.
For real, come on. Like, I mean, we do music, but as far as what y'all do, show us a new way.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. One thing we do is we produce and direct, and we could put a show together and you feel like you are at the concert. So all you gotta do, y'all show up and do what you do, and we'll take care of the lights, camera, and action. Y'all take care of the action.
I'm a race it. You know what it's like to be in the dark.
All right, that's it. Listen, hang out with us backstage for a second. We're gonna talk to you after we get off the show. Me and Eric are gonna close it out. Anything you want to say before we go?
And Russell Simmons would say thank you, God. For that.
where do they follow you?
Oh, on Facebook under my real name Archie Hall. Oh, Instagram though, for real. Hashtag Wolfman1.
Hashtag Wolfman1. Swiftman. I was like, Wolfman, where'd that come from?
Wolfman1.
Hashtag Swift.
FMAN1.
Right.
Yeah,
That's two F's. Oh, Swift. SWIFF1. Well, all right. So like I said, hang out in the back for us, and we're gonna be with you in a moment.
Shouts out to 3,000, man. Come on. It's beautiful.
Who was that?
3,000. You know his name. Come on.
Say, come on home, huh?
Oh, there. Shouts out. I forgot about Lil Will, Playboy Floyd, the original Playboy Floyd.
The original.
My fault, Lil Will. Yeah. we was working. We just got to get back to work. Grand Ski. Shouts out to you, Lonnie Mac. He in Cali now. But anyway, I'm out.
All right, man. Thank you again.
Thank you again.
Erica Mack, what a show, what a show, what a show.
I love shows like that. That was fun.
Man, I mean, I can only imagine what that experience was like, going around the world 2 times, going to Japan, all over the United States, doing shows, and people know your music, and and I've been in production for a while, so I know, to a certain degree, but I really didn't do the music game, like that in production. Most of my stuff is post-production and live production, but usually not like concerts like what they're doing. Not a lot of them anyway. So yeah, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed the information. I enjoyed the time. And of course, he's very funny.
He's silly.
All right. He's all right. He's very funny. He's all right. But like you say, you can't imagine traveling like that. But it's good times, So I always imagine myself. I'm like, I would like a job where I just like come home for a couple of weeks and go back out on the road and come home and go back out on the road. So, that would be pretty cool. So yeah. But it was fun.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun doing production together, and it's a passion. It's like, man, doing what you love to do, whatever your industry is, whatever it is you do what you love to do, and like you say, it'll never be work. Yeah. All right, people, don't forget, if you have not done it already, you need to subscribe to our YouTube page. The Vince Elliott is what you want to search for, and then hit the notifications bell so you can get notified when we go live or when we upload new content. Erica Mack is in the building. She is always here trying to, send me little messages and tell me what to do. She can't tell me what to do. Anyway, Erica Mack keeps the show on track. And Deidre in the background, she is back there. Probably back there singing all of these songs to this track that I keep playing over and over from Outkast, because she's in the background dancing. One day we're gonna let y'all see Deidre, but right now she got to focus on making sure she got everything straight, with the equipment upgrades that we're working on. And listen, don't forget, we have the window open for opportunity. So you can now be a sponsor. If your brand, your product, or your service aligns with our brand, then we want to hear from you. So all you got to do is simply email us with the email that's on the screen and let us know that you want to be a sponsor. Like I said, sponsorships are starting as low as $100 a week, but that number is definitely going to go up. It's like supply and demand. So the more subscribers and viewers we have, the higher the number is going to go, because it's going to be first come, first serve, and we have 3 different packages. So just shout out to us on the thevinceelliott@gmail.com. Other than that, if you want to support the show, we appreciate your support. You can Cash App us, $Live with Vince Elliott, and there's 1 L and 1 T in there. Don't put 2 L's and 2 T's, because we won't get it, and we will put that money to great use. And I think that's all I got, Erica. Thank you guys for watching the show. C. Taylor says, love y'all. Look at that, Erica. We getting love.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Even Dretsky Live says Erica Mack sending the love. I love it. We got people who watch this show every week. I love that. So for you faithful ones, thank you. For you who have financially supported, thank you. And that's all I got. I'm going to end it with that. And I'm going to run this dope track back one more time so that while we're closing out and letting you see our closing screen, you can hear that. Thank you, guys. We'll see you again next Friday on Live. Go ahead.
See you next Friday?
Yeah.
Following you up. See you next Friday live on the Vince Elliott. Don't forget, sign on at 7:55. Countdown will begin.
That's right.
It's in production at 8 p.m.
Hit us on that Cash App. You know what I want? I'm going to ask you this real quick. I need 5 people that are watching. 5 people just to send $10 to the Cash App today, because we're going to do something special with that $50. Need 5 people to send $10 to the Cash App today, and we're going to do something special with that $50 next week. Yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do with it next week. 5 people spend $10 to the Cash App, and we're going to take care of something. We're going to have some fun with that. All right, that's it. See you next week.